more states are planning to roll back mask restrictions. The governor of New York is expected tomorrow to repeal the indoor mask mandate for businesses, and she could allow schools to do the same by the end of the month if cases continue to drop. It's too soon to say if America is at a turning point, but 2 years after the start of the pandemic, there is growing recognition that we are in the endemic stage, and that means learning to live with the SARS-CoV-2 virus. So here's the latest data. The daily average number of new cases is down nearly 70% nationwide in less than a month. So cases are falling. There's also this for parents. The CDC says the Biden administration is preparing to roll out 10 million mini vaccine doses for children as young as 6 months old. The first round of shipments could arrive by Monday, February 21st. So we've got a lot of news to get to tonight, and CBS's Elise Preston is going to start us off from New York. Good evening, Elise.
Good evening, Nora. That's right. As you just said, New York could join the list of states rolling back mask mandates tomorrow, as Governor Kathy Hochul is expected to make an announcement for businesses. She told education leaders today she's not ready to do the same for schools yet, but that could come in just a couple weeks.
This was the contentious scene at one school board meeting in Illinois after a judge halted the state's school mask mandates, leaving districts to decide for themselves.
And you're sitting here causing a scene like this with no mask on?
With only about 40% of 5 to 17-year-olds fully vaccinated, the CDC still recommends indoor masking in schools, regardless of vaccination status. But New Jersey, Delaware, Connecticut, and Oregon have all announced plans to lift mandates. California will still require masking in schools, but will remove the requirement for vaccinated individuals in indoor public spaces starting next week.
Let's all get back to normal already. Jeez Louise.
Nationwide cases are about 70% lower than at January's peak, but weekly cases among children are still over 100,000 and are 400% higher than this time last year.
I am fully confident that it will be safe to have kids take masks off in school, particularly in schools that have high vaccination rates. My worry is that we're not quite there yet.
Pandemic fatigue and frustration isn't just impacting schools, it's hitting hospitals too.
Every day I read about reports in which my staff are either verbally or physically abused.
At this hospital in Georgia, Dr. Gregory Evans says with each wave of COVID, there's also a flood of aggression.
What do those verbal attacks look like?
Accusations why we aren't given certain medications that they may have researched on the internet.
Dr. Lily Henson says when hospitals are full of patients that don't trust science, it's a dagger to morale.
We get this threat that says, if my loved one dies, it's your fault. That's really heartbreaking.
Now, Pfizer CEO says he thinks the FDA could fast-track vaccine authorization for children under the age of 5. Data is expected on Friday, and an FDA advisory committee is set to meet next week about the shots. Nora?
Elise Preston with all the news. Thank you.